So does anybody know what Funcom's doing? Anybody? Because it seems like every subsequent patch for Dune Awakening, they seem to chip away at the player base that's already declining little by little. And this last update might be the final nail in the coffin. The Deep Desert, which was supposed to be the game's high-stakes endgame, has now pretty much just turned into another Haga Basin. PvEers have cried, and they've finally been able to strip away the one thing that made the game continuously fun. When Dune Awakening first launched, the Deep Desert was the ultimate endgame. A high-risk, high-reward battleground where PvP wasn't just encouraged, it was inevitable. The tension was similar to Tarkov, in that you could almost feel at any given moment you would run into another team. And if you wanted the big spice hauls, taking your carrier out, buggy farming Stravidium or Titanium, you knew it was a risk, and that's what made it great. But Funcom hasn't been building on that vision. They've actually been dismantling it little by little. Patch after patch, they've made changes to make the world safer, more predictable, and honestly, a lot more boring. First, they toned down the massive PvP zone by literally cutting it in half. Then they watered down the PvP zones by making the resources less competitive. Now, with the latest patch, the Deep Desert, the one place meant to separate the men from the boys, is basically just another PvE zone. It's just another Haga Basin with less scenery. Here's the problem. When you take away the danger, when you take away the risk, when you take away the excitement, like a game like Tarkov has, without the edge of your seat tension, there's no reason to risk going into the Deep Desert, which is the end game to begin with. And without that motivation, players lose their reason to log in, to fight, to continue grinding, to form alliances, to be in guilds. You've basically taken away the bread and butter of the end game. Dune Awakening wasn't just supposed to be another survival game. In fact, it was supposed to be a living, breathing Arrakis where players fought over control of spice and the end game resources. Now it feels more like a bowling alley with safety bumpers. We've seen this before in other survival games. When devs start sanding down the rough edges to appeal to what they believe is a wider audience, they risk losing the very people who made the game's community strong in the first place. And Funcom should know better. When you keep alienating the people that make your player base strong in the first place, which is most of your PvPers, the servers are going to keep getting quieter and quieter until there's no one left to please. I believe Funcom still got time to save this. Still got time to turn it around. Bring back the rewards worth dying for. Make the Deep Desert great again. Because honestly, if they keep continuing down this path, Dune Awakening might just be another forgotten survival game buried in the sands. And I don't want that for Dune because I'm having a lot of fun playing the game. So what do you think? Do you agree with my point of view? Or do you think I'm just some griefer that doesn't have solo farmers to kill anymore and I'm just crying about it? Let me know in the comments below what you think about the state of the endgame in Dune Awakening, and whether or not you agree with my point or if you have a different point of view. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and consider subscribing. Turn the bell notifications on so that you can stay tuned for future videos. I'll see you on the next one. As soon as I get my crippling strike back, this dude's dead. I killed him. Get fucking shit on, you